Okay, hello there. Crazy news. I did not expect this. This is some really crazy stuff. So let's get into it. So this is actually a study done by University of Houston on the polling status of the 2024 election between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Let's dig in. Okay, so look, I'm gonna summarize this whole chart for you, whole table for you. This, what you see here, Biden June, Harris August, is the difference between Biden's support and Harris's support between June and August. June, August. And this is the difference. As you can see here, difference is here. Trump June, Trump August, and difference is here. Now there are a couple points, couple decimal points off, but it's usually about the same numbers, right? So let's start. Okay, let's take a look. For women, 8 points difference, 8 points up for Harris between Biden in June and Harris in August. Trump -2, -2. So between them, between +8 and -2, Harris gets a +10. Right? I'm just gonna write 10 from now on because I don't put the plus there. And between men, Harris is down 1, Trump up 5 between the 2 months here, right? And that is -5 for Harris. So we're going to use Harris as the benchmark here. When it comes to ethnicity and race, whites +3 Harris, +1 Trump, which is a +2 for Harris. Latinos +5 for Harris, +2 for Trump, which is a +3 for Harris. And for blacks, +4, +1, which is another +3. So as you can see here, for ethnicity, unlike the gender split as we have all been hearing about, Kamala Harris completely dominates ethnicity swing. Right? Everyone is swinging to Kamala, regardless of their ethnicity. Now look at the generations, and this is very surprising. I thought it wouldn't be like that, but if you look at boomers, it's 2 versus 2, so it's 0, right? For boomers, 0. Gen X, actually +1 for Harris and +9 for Trump. So that's 1 for Harris. Millennials, I'm quite surprised. I thought Harris will pull more from millennials, but +5 against +3, I guess that's a +2. Okay, here's the kicker. Everyone knows how Gen Z loves Kamala. But look at this insanity. +16, -4 for Trump. This is a +20 swing. This is a +20 swing for Harris in Gen Z. If young voters turn out, I mean, that's a +22, right? If young voters turn out, +22. This is Texas. This is not the whole country. This is in Texas, one of the reddest states. You know, I mean, it's not literally the reddest state, but it's a pretty damn deep red state, right? So, Gen Z +20. Okay, now let's look at education. +4 for high school, +2 for Trump. So actually, high school people are tuning in more to Harris than they are tuning in more to Trump. And this is very surprising. So here you get a +2. 2 years degree, college degree, +9 -1. This is +10. Right, here's 10. Surprisingly, post-grads are actually not leaning into Harris, but leaning slightly into Trump. So this is -2. So on education side, Harris is pretty much winning. And as we know, people with post-grad, that's very rare. So, you know, when it comes to education, Harris is taking a huge win on Trump. But when it comes to generation, again, completely crushing win. Like no chance. Partisanship, Democrats are voting more for Harris than Republicans are voting for Trump. Independents, oh man. Oh, look at this. 21 to -1. Independents are leaving Trump and joining Harris. This in itself is a +22. This one's +4. +22 on the independents in Texas. This is Texas, not California. This is not Vermont. Not New York, not DC. This is Texas. Republican actually leaning more actually leaning more towards Harris than Donald Trump. So Donald Trump is losing Republicans, funnily enough, to Kamala Harris. Donald Trump. So this is based on, if you voted Trump, are you voting for Trump again? So actually, some people are voting Kamala now, but most of them are still tuning into Trump. So this is a -2. When you look at Biden, people are voting more for Kamala than Biden by 7 points, but only one goes to Trump. This is a +6. And again, did not vote. Oh, this is a huge one. Did not vote. Did not vote and independents are not the same. Did not vote are the people who, they did not vote. They're not independent. They're not independents who voted Republican, or independent who voted for Trump, or independent voted for Biden. They are people who did not vote. Okay, and look at this. 13 for Harris and -3 for Trump. This is even worse than what you see at Gen Z. I mean, this is almost as bad. This is the second worst performing group, demographic group for Trump. People who did not vote are dropping Trump like mad. And just over here, +16. So if you observe every group here, this is a +5. Across genders, there are more women than men actually, but let's just say it's +5. For ethnicity, 2, 3, 3, that is, I think, 8. That's +8. Over here, that's +23. In a generation, and it's a complete loss. This is a complete loss, just like in ethnicity. Education, this is +10. Partisanship, this is +27. Wow. And lastly, over here, this is +20. Right, let's do some simple math. You add these two up, it's +50. Correct? And you add these two up, it's 60. You add these two up, it's 60. 60, you add this one, it's 80. 80. 80 plus 5 plus 8 is a +93. In Texas, across all groups. Now, of course, one person is usually in multiple groups, right? Like, let's say you're a woman, and you're white, and you're a millennial, and you have went to high school, and you were independent, but you voted for Biden, right? So if you're one person, you're actually occupying multiple slots, which is why when you look at overall, right here, difference is +4 for Harris and +1 for Trump. Actually, it's still a very close race. I don't think Harris would take Texas. I don't think she's going to take Texas. But let's see. Between August, now it's almost September, but in 2 months' time, let's just cut it short to 2 months. If you give Harris I think here is 4.3. Actually, it's not. It's 4. It's 4.3. Here is actually less than 1, right? It's actually +4.3. And here is 9.5. That's +0.6. If you give another 2 months, it'll be another +0.6, which will make Trump 50.1, right? But if you give another 4.3 to Harris in 2 months, it's going to be 48.9. So actually, the real difference, if we're to extrapolate this, in Texas, it's 1.2. If this trend keeps going, it's going to be +1.2 overall in Texas for Donald Trump come November. And I've cut off 1 week, right? Because it's technically we're 2 months and 1 week away. So in reality, it's really just +1 point for Texas. If this trend keeps going and Kamala Harris is destroying it when it comes to trend, +1 in Texas. And I'm just saying, North Carolina already flipped. All 7 swing states are already winning for Kamala Harris as we speak. And come November 5th, Donald Trump has a +1 to work with on Texas. I mean, I don't know what your opinion on this is, but it's crazy. I'm just telling you, it's just crazy. I mean, imagine what the electoral college map looks like if Texas is a +1. I mean, she's gonna take Florida. If Texas is +1, she's gonna take Florida. She's gonna take all the 7 swing states plus Florida. It's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a landslide. And yeah, this is it. This is actually a pretty recent poll by University of Houston. The link is in the description. Check it out. And see you guys on the next one.